Hmm. So, hmm. So I buy this. It's a gloss varnish. Um, let's try it out. I have tried to paint some of this vehicle and try to do like a Tamiya panel lining. It doesn't work. It kind of like chip off the paint. So I was hoping that this gloss varnish will actually help. Oh, hopefully. So I have my test model. I'm going to give it a good, like a quick prime, and let's see if it works. Uh, so this is brand new. Um, hopefully it's good. First time using. Let's see. First thing first, the baleho. Maybe the quick shake for the primer. Haven't used it for very long time. Give it a good quick shape. Hopefully that should be fine. How do I want to do this? Um, see, I'm not going to use the nice airbrush. Not for now. Not for priming. And China brand, cheap one. Hmm. Oh, works. Give it a quick flush just to make sure nothing is inside. Um, cap. Okay, tap it out and okay. Okay. Oh, with all the camera is actually quite. There's actually not that much space with all the cameras and everything. So take out a primer. Mm, maybe a bit too much, but it's have make a thinner plus flow improver. Oh my god, what the heck? We are off to a great start. Ooh. Oh, it's a bit too much for a single small light, so I might have a bunch of them ready for my games. So I am not planning to do them all, but in case I can, might as well. Now the thing is, I don't want anything to spill out and hit my TV. Um, you know what? You know what? Let's not be dumb, and let's bring out the food. Oh, I like it. So this is my very very scuff painting setup. Airbrush setup. We have. Let me switch on the fan. The exhaust fan here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Max setting. Airbrush filter, and off we go with this very dodgy setup. And oh, painting handle. So I was going to start with this. So paint here, give it a quick slosh. Mix up pretty damn good. And so I never used milk before, but I do bought some. There is no harm in using it. It makes cleanup much easier. Maybe it's a bit too thin, but oh, better than this. Thinner than a bit too thick. So yeah, you can always add, much is an easier process compared to like removing anything. So let's see our parts and the bun here, bit on the hair there. Yeah, so one done. Ooh, one is done. Ah, uh, you know, um, this is actually not that good. Since I'm using glove, right, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. Mm, okay. uh, there's two done. Dark lenses. You always forgot to prime the bottom part, so sometimes you need to be careful. Okay. Yeah, like this one. I forgot the bottom part. This a bit should be good. This one a bit. Say have maybe for like one more. This one is like a smaller gun. It doesn't matter if I can't make this work. I just don't want the primer to actually go to waste. So go. Mm, yep, ran out of primer. And we have four dudes. But I'm just going to test it out on one dude and make it work. Now, so before I do airbrushing, a lot of people is like, no, not a lot of people. It's me. I usually think of like, is it hard for you to clean up an airbrush and such? So actually, it's pretty easy. I do not use any airbrush cleaner. So what I do is that I'm just using this bottle is really good. So if I squirt the water inside, and then you is it blow back? Right? So you blow it back like this, and as you do that, take the nasty pink cup inside. You can see like a lot of it is out. So what I like to do in this scenario is that usually you can see like a lot of gunk there. So what you want to do is just take some. Hello.
Hola, no,
So
slowly.
slowly. Oh.
Oh, you acting like a video.
Hmm?
Video pun tutup tangan dengan dulu. English
Tak nak
only?
kena pin. Tak nak kena cat.
English only?
Nope.
No, both ah.
Okay. So done that. Then what I like to do is that let's spray it inside here. Then once the paint is out, you spray again. So the thing is, when you spray it like this, all of the nasty paint all comes out. So how do you verify that the paint is now gone? Just add a bit of water here, do a blow back again. So if you to see, I did a blow back, it's clear. Okay, so it's not that clear, it's a bit cloudy. If you want to do a proper clean, you can do it once more, or you can just if you will do a paint change, you might be okay with it. But since I'm not using this, no, actually I do want to use this airbrush again because I want to do white zenithal. So now insult. Now you do this again. Since I'm doing white zenithal, the black color is not going to be good. As you can see, you roll back here, the water is crystal clear. Now just dump it out, spray inside. No, so there's no more water there. Now everything is clean. We are ready for another color. Or for me, in this case, we are going to use Liquitex Titanium White. So this is a acrylic ink. It's actually pretty damn good. As you can see, I haven't been doing any painting for so long. So everything is separated. Not really a huge matter. A quick shake will do. But I have these. Even if you are not planning to paint a lot, buying like some cheap Chinese like they call this like a tattoo ink mixer is really good. So for acrylic ink, that should be fine. It's not like a normal typical acrylic, the one that like Vallejo, Citadel and such. So you don't quote me on this. You don't really need to shake too much, and this should be good and nice and ready. Ooh, don't touch the camera. And should be done to use. So I have played around with the ink. So what I found is that for ink, you probably you can reduce it down. I'm not going to. By the way, there are going to be some paint on the pipette here, so you can just like um, give it a quick pump. Should be good. And text white. So usually, if you feel like the paint, because usually inks is very strong, so you don't want to use too much. It's not like you don't want to use too much. If you feel like it's quite too strong, you can reduce it down using the same acrylic reducer. But if you want for it like to be really quick, just use it straight out of pot like I did. So I did it straight out of the pot. So let's see. Let's move the others to the side. Let's do this guy first. So we are just going to do like a zenithal. So usually people just do and then they spin it up, spin it around. I want to see. Oh, actually, right. Since I do kind of care about that ground, we are going to use this. It just make the cleanup a slightly more easy. Just put it top here and so let's see. Let's make sure the camera. Right. So you can really see it's very subtle. Just put it slowly because the white is very strong. So I am going to put a bit more on the face because it is the face. So as you can see. You don't really need any more um, white inks. It works really well. So, so I am pretty happy with the front side. The back side, usually I don't quite like if it's too dark. I like to brighten it up. Since on the tabletop, you are going to see every part of the miniature. It's not like the competition, like a competition painting where you can't really see most of the thing, or like you really want like a proper shadow on it. But this one, it's go a bit on the weapon there. There you go. So usually I'll for my color scheme, I'll probably paint a lot more on the weapon, but since a lot more white on the weapon because I like to do some glows. But for this current stage, this is done. So since I have a lot more, let me just do on the this guy, right? As you can see, if I pull back the paint a lot, it is really good. Like the coverage. And the thing about acrylic ink, the one that I like the most is that if you were to see, right, not sure if you guys can see properly. We'll look. Let's see. Okay, sorry, I'm kind of adjusting. Not sure if the camera can see. There is no like splotch. Not splotch. What? How do I say it? You know how when you do like a dry brush for zenithal, not the for zenithals, for the slap chop, it looks really rough. So with this one, it looks very smooth. Of course, you do need to have an airbrush, but honestly, it's really good investment if you ever think uh, you want to get one. Because usually, like before I buy airbrush, this thing took a long time just to do this, not including doing any like actual painting on the models itself. Wait, give me a second. I want the face to be much brighter because it's our main highlight. Top part. Ooh. And after this one dried up, I do want it to be slightly brighter on the helmet, a bit more on the weapon, just on the top part in general. Right? So it's not that we do like a general lighting, we do um like the highlight as well. So which part that you feel is very important, you do want to highlight it a bit. Right? So that's done. Maybe a bit more. I have a bit more white. It's not enough for the other one. So I'm just going to put a bit more on the head, on the top part, make it more stand out, more pop up. So let's see if the camera can see. Yeah. I'm sorry for anyone on the short side. I mean on the YouTube shorts. It's a bit hard. So done with this. Let's clean it up. Oh. So same thing. There. I like to put it back. Go up. Right. It's a quick one. Acrylic ink is actually really easy to clean up. So dump the stuff out, take the tissues to make sure that all the one that's like dried up doesn't go to the main chamber. So So you see, like this one, right? There's a bit in there of maybe because it's like dried too much. I maybe need to bring out the proper cleaner. So in this kind of case, so as first thing first, we just brush things out, right? So because we get like the some stuff doesn't want to go out, we need to be a bit rough with them, which bring us to this. So I bought like a 2 liters IPA. So I even forgot to close it up. So IPA, pretty good stuff. Simple one, really good one. It's quite cheap as well. So you just do that. You can blow it back as well to make sure like oh. As you can see, nothing like white thing coming out, which is good. It's good news. You can spray it inside here, but not all. Okay, there's a bit more. There's a bit there. So with this tissue, it will like soak all the IPA, making cleaning it up much easier. Right? So as you can see, it's much better, much better. At least, though the downside I just realized is that since this is the first time I'm using glove, the glove that have all the pins will also be stripped out by the IPA, which you might not want since it's going to gunk up your airbrush. Not sure if that is true. I think it might be, but so I'm just going to try and avoid doing that. So IPA out, water in to make sure that all the IPA gone up because you don't want any acrylics to mix up with any IPA because there are some that really have like a nasty chemical reaction when they mix up with IPA. So that is done. Right now, my next step, right? So I have this dude. What is my color scheme? So I do actually kind of technically have a testing color scheme. So this is the gun from Raiders. So using like the what I call turquoise, cyan, something along the line. So as you can see, compared to like you using like dry brush and whatnot, it's very smooth. It's very smooth. I really like how it turns out. Of course, this is not done. But we will do this. Actually, right, if we just want to test the thing, we can just do it here. I don't know why I didn't think about it. I'm probably going to do that since whatever this one is, it is ready for the next paint session. Okay, so make all my gun magnetic, so you can like swap weapon profile. Uh, but that's a different topic. So first thing first, I already tested out. If you use like the animal paint, like the oil wash, right? If you use the oil wash, you use like the oil thinner, it will actually eat up the paint. So it will chip the paint. So we don't want that. So the main agenda for today, the one that I think I have explained it earlier just now, is that we want to test this thing out. So I purposely bought a gunpla varnish, right? So this is acrylic. I purposely find acrylic because I don't work with animal. I don't want to spray animal. It smells bad. I don't have the best room, so acrylic. So that's the main thing. So what am I expecting with this, right? So I'm expecting to spray this on top of here. So I tried it out with a matte varnish. I tried it with matte varnish before. It doesn't work, right? So from what I researched, gloss varnish should help. So it's sprayed on top. It will protect it from any of the like animal stuff and such. Like the animal, no, sorry, not animal, the thinner, the white spirit. So hopefully it will protect it from the white spirit. Then we can do like the panel lining there. Once that done, we will have a super glossy models. Don't want that. Then we come with the matte varnish as a final protection. And to make sure everything is nice and matte, I like my stuff matte. So hopefully this work, right? So first thing first, we get this thing to shake up. It's very watery. I can't see any medium inside whatsoever, but I'm not going to take my chance. I heard some like baliho and such. If you don't mix it properly, it's not going to work as well. So shake, shake, shake we go. I can use the vortex. I don't think I need the vortex since it's very liquidy, right? So this is actually my first time using it. Oh, okay. So I just pop it in. So okay, maybe not. Right. Since I just bought it. Aha. Okay. So it makes sense that there is this. Nice and gentle. That's what we want. Cap here and then since this is that speed, I don't really need that much. I don't think I need to thin it down. I, you know, you should read. Reading is good. So it says that apply directly with airbrush at 20 centimeters. Recommended PSI is 15 to 20. Touch dry in 30 minutes. So I need to leave it for 30 minutes out. Okay. Right. A bit too long, but we are testing it out. Hopefully it works. It doesn't say you need to be thinned down. So let's see. Honestly, I'm not sure how thick or how thin do I need to do this. So maybe one more coats, I guess. I mean, that is pretty much more than one more coats, but for a gloss varnish, it's not that glossy. If you were to look at the backside, right, this one is directly from the inks. The inks is more shiny than the front side. You don't expect for gloss to be this. Is like, is it semi gloss? Not semi gloss. Is it semi gloss? Semi matte? Something like that. Yeah, it's not really that glossy. I'm going to give it like one more just to like use out all the varnish that we have. So that's done. Since 30 minutes, I am going to make it dry slightly faster by using the air from airbrush. Maybe it will look much shinier once you leave it to dry. Maybe. Hopefully that's the case. I mean, even if it's not really much of an issue. We don't really use it for the gloss function. We just want to use it for the protection, right? So 30 minutes currently is like 3:47. So what do we do now? I need to clean my airbrush. So that's the thing. Quick clean of the airbrush. And also, I kind of want to test out my new airbrush. I bought the Gallery Morbius Point 2. It looked nice. Haven't tried it out yet. Hopefully, it is nice. So I saw some video. They say that you can like press it like this way. Like if there's any like chunk of paint on the needles and such, hopefully it will scrapes to make sure that it doesn't stop. Okay, so this is done. I am going to swap to the other airbrush. This is the cheap Chinese airbrush. Um, it works well until it doesn't. I think, and if you're like doing any proper airbrush, it's not that good. Base coating, yeah. Anything more details, I frustrated with it. A lot of stuff here and there. So what we want now is we want to try this thing out while waiting for our varnish to dry. But the thing is, I don't really have any plan from this point onward. I should have read. 30 minutes is quite some time. There's actually one thing that I really wanted to do. No plan for it though. Um, you know what I could do? I could try to finish up my readers and yeah, my readers and my boots, boots. I try and finish up this thing or try to do something else. Hmm, maybe we do something much easier. So, right, we are not doing this. I'm just going to put it aside. We have limited spaces, right? So, I purchased this a long time ago. So, long time ago, I purchased it. I think this is the base that come with it. Not sure. I bought it secondhand, pre-love, right? What I have done, this is like one of my like earliest painting, mini painting. So what I have done is base coating other than the cloth. And as you can see, this is heavily glazed. Right? It is heavily glazed. It looks nice, but other than the shirts, I did nothing. Uh, a bit of paint chipping there, and that's about it. No skill whatsoever. Quite a thick paint. Need to be reduced a lot more. Pretty good for back then, not for now. So the plan is we will repaint this, right? So I should have thought this earlier. We need to reprime this. I am not going to strip it down. The paint look fine, I guess. And also, it's a test piece. It doesn't really matter as much. So we keep this back, right? And bring this out and basically do the same thing that we did just now, but for her. We actually have the base, so I need to think of how the base interact with her because that affect how the lighting and everything. I was thinking like this is like a light, but mm, this is clearly a pipe. It's not a light. So let's not care about this. Let's just do that and do a quick prime job and then switch it to the highlight, the white inks, and it should take me less than 2 minutes. So bottom part. So this is just like straight out of the pot. I am not thinning this down and bit whatsoever. Don't be like me. It seems I need to thin it down. It way too thick. Where are my thinners? Where are my thinners? So gate thinner plus flow improver 421. I just took some like online recipes. So it been working fine. No plan to change that up whatsoever. Right. So it up. It should be good. Okay. Yeah. See, this is why you thin your paint. Um. Uh, I should have do what I need to do. Okay. Oh, oh. There you go. It's working. It's working. You know, maybe crazy idea like the airbrush gun. It's not because of this bad airbrush, bad Chinese airbrush, like some knockoff airbrush. Not because of that, but it's because of me not being good at pinning things. Right? 100% not me. 100%. Uh, so this back part. good prime down here. Now I can finally touch the bottom part for me to give a good coat on the top part. So there's still plenty more in the cup. I don't need to be shy with the primer. Um, let's put it there. Bit more on the hair should be done. So you can see there's a bit more on the gap there. So you need to do that one. And on the other side. On the other side. Now that is good. But as you can see here, there's a lot of chipping there because it didn't let it properly dry. Okay, so let's give it like another good shot from the top. And we are, this piece is out nicely done. Tap it up a bit. Right. I don't mind the bottom part being like not too clean. We are not going to see the bottom part either way. So yeah. And take our tissue again. There's a lot of like dry clumps there. So tissue really helps out. Just like bring it out. But also be careful if you see like there's a bit of like tissue pulp there. You really don't want that be there. Oh, why it kind of like clunk up? Would it be because of the varnish? I don't know. I'm just going to use my IPA here. Remember, if there's nothing in your life that is working out, alcohol is the answer. So in this case, it's IPA, and there we go. Very nice, very clean. Put a bit of water there. Just blow it back again. There's always a lot more inside. Right. So what I like to do at this point, because if you keep on doing the blue pack thing, it will take a long time. So in here, spray. You can hear that the sound is a bit different. So what you do is that means that there's no more liquids inside. Put a bit more water in, blow back. See, the water is like much cleaner. Now You can see there might be like some particle inside there. What you want to do is just okay, put it back and once blow back, pour in the cup, spray out, add a bit more, spray out. Now it, that is done. So if we were to add water, blow it back, it should be clean just like that. Very quick, very easy. I'm still not too used to it, so it's not like the 30 seconds that people do on YouTube, but close enough. As long as less frustration. So actually, right, I am going to have trouble holding this thing up. So we are going to do like a quick jig. Um, should have done this pre-recording or pre-live, right? So I do have this kind of wood here. Can I take out my tools? I cannot. Okay, change of plan. Right, so I cannot take out my tool. We have this something that I did back then for painting a competition piece. Right, so I want to use that to basically. I don't think PS is a good word to describe this, but we just want to like pin her there so that it's easier for us to hold. We might want to clip this in the middle. I have a heavy duty clipper here. I am just going to clip here that, clean this up. But you know, I can't take out my tools. How do I pin her when I don't have my drills, my drill bits? So I just remember my drill bits for I accidentally broke it while pinning down a friend model. Huh. What to do? What to do? I don't really know. Don't have lighter either. Hmm. Do I have lighter? I do not think I have. Eh, let's not try to complicate things up. It's a waste of time. It's also already for um hmm, hmm, hmm. That works. Okay. But we don't need to worry about the bottom part. Hopefully. Our white inks. I still don't know how much of airbrushing or how much of the actual brush I'm going to use for that. But since we are testing the airbrush out. Maybe try to do as much as possible with airbrush. Uh, right. So just looking down. Try to do from the top, not from the very top. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yeah. This thing sucks. Nothing stick to it. Okay. Hmm. Not really. No, no, no. Let's not be dumb. Let's use something much. I was like, let's not be dumb. Let's use something more proper, and then I bring this thing out. This is not more proper, but it should be the keyword. Stick really nicely. This making a really good painting handle. Now let's continue. Oh, sparkles. Now the back side. So this is the initial. As you can see, it really highlights out all the dark part. But we need something on the side as well. So that is what I am going to do with a bit on the side to make sure that it's like not super duper dark. Yep, that looks much nicer. Probably a bit more on the knee there. I would like to do a bit more on the face. I know the face is quite dark, but it is quite an important detail on the face there. A bit on the hair here. So the good thing of using airbrush compared to like using like a rattle can is that you can really choose where do you want to put a highlight in. If let's say I was like, okay, so maybe the body parts and the see the hair, I can just like spray on the hair more, make it more white, spray on the body more, make it more white, and like maybe like on the stocking part. Right? So there is a lot more that you can do with airbrush. I am pretty happy with that. A bit on the hair and maybe a bit more on the shoulder a bit. There you go. So I am pretty happy with this. Let's clean up the airbrush. Then, because we are done with this, we can actually change to the other airbrush. The white do take quite a bit to clean it off. Sometimes I put a bit of like toothbrush there so that I can just quickly brush the front side, make sure there's no gunk in the front. Usually people just use like a brush, but I was like, I need a stiffer brush. That's where the toothbrush is for. That's where it's come from. That's why it's there. Right? Now the airbrush is clean. We can change to the other airbrush. Just what are my plans? So what are my current plan for this? Hmm. Do we do the skin? Do we do the hair, the shirt? I think we'll do the skin first. I guess it's technically not the easiest part. I won't be able to do the face. Um, but it really helps to single out on that part, on the legs, the arms. Probably going to need to take out like the some putty to actually like properly do blocking on it. Blocking, masking. Yes, a little bit of masking there. Um, skin. Ooh, pale flash is our highlight. I would like to use this pink as our base, and what we have as the mid tone there is probably going to be the sunny skin tone. Right. Ah, okay, now sorry about that. Since I'm just going to do like a quick test, I will shake all these three. Um, maybe it's not that smart to like put your pin shaker on the tables that you mount the camera. So this is the first time I am using this gallery Mobius. Hopefully it's good. I spent practically quite a lot for this. So this is the reason why read before you do anything. I wanted to put the thinner, I put in the IPA. Not smart. Very much not smart at all. Right. Spit it out. Put a bit of water inside. Spit it up again. Okay. Now we read. So it's a thinner plus flow improver. That is enough. Should be about 50-50 ish. That's a lot. That's a lot. Alright. So we need to. Ah. Oh my. Oh my god. Doesn't spill on the table. Which is good. Which is good. So yeah, that's not going to work. Too much thinner. Maybe need more ratio. Like more pink than thinner. Doing the blowback feels really good on this one. There you go. It's really nice. Now, now I have regrets putting it on this tall thing because I can't hold it that well. This thing I have is to put it on top of here. Screw the downside, right? Screw the bottom part. There. Woo! That's why don't pull too much. That will happen. I was doing pretty good job until that part. Oh my. Oh, oh my god. That's why it's not on the tool, so is the user. I am not the best with this. Here we go. Click on the hand, the other hand. Do I do the face now? I might as well. It actually boosts like how good this thing is with like low air pressure. So maybe that's too low. That's squatchy. That's squatchy. I definitely didn't thin it down properly. Most likely didn't thin it down properly. Maybe I need to thin it down more. Maybe it's a bit too low of pressure. I'm not sure. I'm not good at this. You know what the answer is? Too low of a pressure. I, I increase it a bit and voila. Suddenly it works really well. But honestly, I didn't pin the paint properly. Man. Yeah, I have a clock here. But I still. You see how like when you spray, Then you pull it back. You see how there's bubble there? It means that it have a clock now. With the highlight V on the lid. There you go. Right. It's way too long for everything. Let's clean the airbrush out. Yeah, that's not a good sign. Over. No, thin your pins. Not just for brushing, it's for airbrush as well. So what they said is that if you use an expensive airbrush, this one, it is easier to clean because they are using like a chrome finish. So I have a severe case of blockage. But you're not alcoholics here. There you go. So what's the result? You can see how bad the clock is in the front of the needle. So alcohol to the rescue. Ooh. Bring in IPA, good amount of IPA. You will go back. Go. Yo, this is really bad. Holy shit. I didn't expect it to be this bad. Uh, yeah. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. Hmm. So the only thing I can do is disassembling time. Most likely didn't shake the pin that well. See, there's a bit of thing there. Take a bit of alcohol here on the tissue. Spray, clean like new. Now we can assemble them back. And hopefully it's good. I'm just going to put it inside here. So in case there's like any inside, need to go out. Does it work? Why does it not? Huh. The only thing I can think of is that it is stuck on this part. Yeah. That's a horror story. So I fucked up. Um, this part is probably the main thing that is clogged. What we can do is take this use one. Is put some alcohol there. Take a used brush, full used brush, and it's a bit long inside. I should shake the paint more. I think that's the reason why. So instead, put a bit in here. If there's any, it will goes out. And what I would also like to do is hit a bit the needle and just push it there and see if there's any inside. Doesn't seem to be. Everything look nice and clean. Try it a bit. and reassemble. I might as well clean up the other parts. The other parts usually doesn't really matter much, even if there's like a bit here. Right? Doesn't really do. It doesn't change anything much from my experience, and also it's very easy to clean that part. So yeah, hopefully our problem now is gone. Well, from using it a bit, one thing for sure I can say is that the airbrush is really, really nice, really good, much better than the one that I used just now, the cheap China copy one. But the issue is not on the airbrush; it's on me. I am still learning, and one thing for sure, I need to not be lazy and do the thinning properly. More IPA. Just hopefully anything inside is dissolved. There you go. Problem solved. So now we know what happened, why that happened. We can proceed. It's where my food is. Okay, 4:39. It is 4:39. I don't have that much time left. I am just going to do the sunny skin tone and do a bit of highlight. Uh, probably the highlight using hand brush. I'm not sure. You know, the problem with vortex mixer is that the paint usually on the nib part here, right? This is not mixed up now. So could be this is the reason why we had a gang just now. Again, emphasis on could be. What can I do to reduce that? I'm not too sure, but trying to understand the part of the problem might be the way to solve our issue. Now, it sounds good with a bit more on the vortex mixer. So, if that's enough mixing, um, okay. So I am going to put much lesser because it could also be I put way too much pin there. It becomes too thick and it makes it hard for me to do like a low, like a super precise. You know, I should use brush to mix it up. Then I do the go back. That sounds much smarter. Right now that is done, let's do painting. Ah, remember, test on your glove. Oh, hopefully that dries well. It is much better. Holy, mix a proper pin. It's really important. That honestly should be a given. I don't know why. I try not to like really accept it. Um, Now, honestly, buying 0.2 is really a good move. I feel like I'm able to do a lot more. So, initial reaction of what I have done here is that this is not that good. I think I need to do like a bit of like establishing shadow on the leg there and on the face to make it much better, but it's not bad. Not bad. That's the most important part. Let me do a color swap. Changing the paint feel nice. Hmm. But maybe right, I think this is done. I mean, it's good enough for now. I am going to be content with that. Just lastly, the peel flash, peel flash. Give a rigorous shaking. Meanwhile, put in the thinner. Oh, I don't know why. Keep on bubbling like that. But I test it out. Remember, on glove, then only on model. Oh, nice. So this is like the highlight part. So you need to be like more careful. Hmm. No, that is what happen if you spray a bit too much on like a super wet pink consistency. To like slowly. I purposely do that because this is like an important layer piece, but otherwise it need to be like slightly on the thicker side. Hmm. Of course, like any airbrush, not like any airbrush, any tools, you need to be very precise. It's all about the control. I am obviously very new to this. Honestly, honestly, this is not bad, but I feel like it's missing something like the depth of the model. Okay, done. So she's lying down there. I need better shadow, and I need some sort of like filter on the for shadow part. I think this might be a bit overkill. Is the purple cardinal? The purple cardinal speed paint. Did it properly because the purple cardinal is like very pinkish kind of a paint. Okay, with a quick shake. Because I want this to be very thin, very, very thin. I need here and this speed. Ah, okay, so you drop in there and see it's like reddish purple-ish. So As per usual, glove first. Not sure if you can see. It's very nice pinkish, kind of like red. In theory, how to put it in between the thighs and whatnot, it should look very good. Right? Should being the keyword. I want to load down a bit. Yep. Since it's very thin, so that's really, really important. Oh my god, I'm so nervous. Ah, ah, that could happen. That just happened. So what actually happened is that I was like, okay, I press it like very lightly, right? I didn't realize the pin is already there. So I keep on like, "Oh, why is there no pin? Put it back, 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 and then boom." So don't really want to do that. No, I do want to be able to put it like this. Yes, cool for this part. Did I fuck up? Yes. Yes. Oh my god. Hmm. You know, I fucked it up, and that is fine. Let's see. From here on, what can we do? Now it looks like she's bleeding. Let's give a nice shadow to the face. I fucked it up really bad. So fixing time. Hmm. That's good. Now, how do I fix this? I think, right? Because we fucked up the button. I think the highlights is fine after the mid-tone. So we bring it back, the mid-tone, by putting it in the sunny skin tone back and tone down the shadow. That is the plan. So again, below. I want to do that, not too close. Hmm. Woo. Give me a second. Oh. Hmm. Okay, okay. Think is to beat the highlight should be good. Should be good. Okay, so let me just retouch the highlight a bit, and I'm done. I'm done for the day. Alright. It'll flash bit in the. Okay, so so You know, the hand, I'm just going to use the normal brush for the hand. I think we are done. So this is what we do today. I think it looks nice. Like the face, obviously, it's a bit hard. Not only because of how the face doesn't really like have space for me to do anything, and also because it's like she's leaning downwards, right? So there is going to be a lot of like shadow on the face itself, but obviously we can't just leave it like black or whatnot. I'm going to need like to do a proper painting on it. But yeah, but I think the leg here, the leg part, it's really really nice. Honestly, I could probably do this with like 3 or 4 layers instead of like 6 or 7 layers that I did just now. But then again, I'm inexperienced, so if it took 6, 7, 8, 9 layers, then it is what it is. Once I get better with it, a lot of better controls, I probably will be able to do like much quicker. But I think this look really good. Um, the hand, however, I gave up. The aren't really any texture to it, so I probably going to like do a hand pin. You know, you get it, you get it. Regardless. So I'm going to do like hand pin for that. And yeah, so this is the progress for today. I think this is really good. This helped me to see how good actually the airbrush that I purchased, right? I highly, highly rated this thing. Obviously, I never really used any other airbrush before, or any good airbrush before. So this is my first time using a good one. 100%. I am not disappointed. I am glad that I spent this extra amount for this. It really is different. It's not the same. It's like much smoother. Even if there's like a bit of clock here, I can just like brute force it instead. Unlike the cheap one, you can't really brute force it because it's like stuck for good. Like this one, like they said, I read it a bit. What is the difference between like the more expensive one and the like a cheaper airbrush, right? So it is because of the polishing. When it polished really good, like if you see it's a bit dirty there, I can just use my nails. Sorry, not my nails, my pinkies or whatnot to pick up all the pins. Whereas if you use like the black airbrushes now, like the cheaper one, this one, you won't be able to do that, not to this extent. Right? So it's really really good. So when you have like these kind of like small clogs, you just like try to push it a bit, it will just go out. Then you will be like clog free again. Of course, at the end of the day, the fundamental is the most important part, right? So if your fundamental is really bad, you can't really do anything. By fundamentals, I means like the paint thinning and whatnot. But once you understand the paint thinning, how much should you pull and such, I think it's really good. It at least when you use something like this expensive or a much better quality compared to like the cheaper one, you need to focus on the fundamental. The tool itself doesn't fight you, right? Because the thing is, with this, I'm trying to learn fundamental and also I'm trying to fight this at the same time. So it's not good. But with this, I really feel like okay, I just need to focus on my fundamentals. My issues is on a particular area. I can just try to improve on that part. The tool itself just helped me to go so long the way. Really, really good. Honestly, if you really wanted to start and use airbrush, spend a bit more on the airbrush itself, or at least something that like gallery is not really that new of a brand. People have reviewed it, people say it's nice compared to like this one. Yes, it look like okay, but no one reviewed it. You don't really know the quality, especially if you're on a tight budget. Honestly, if you can afford to buy it once, you will not afford to buy it twice. So it's a waste of money on this one. I mean, I can still use it for like priming and whatnot. So it's not really a like full lost cost or whatnot. But yeah, so what I like to do for the end of the session, just use this kind of brush with IPA, give it a good brush sweep. See how like the one that's stuck on the neck just now, all gone, which is good. Um, and spray out the IPA. So this one is just to flush down anything inside. Right? So really nice. So put it a bit more. So just do a clean check. So clean check again, just blow back and see is the water become dirty. So the water remain clean means this is good. Everything is fully clean there. If anything, my nozzle part maybe can be cleaned much better, but that's about it. Everything else is good. So for me, since it's quite new, I just want to like clean it up a bit more. That is fine. Don't think the camera can pick it up, but yeah, that is fine. We are done for the day. At least the airbrush part. We still have one more part that we are going to do, which is the experiment we did just now, right? So just a quick recap for the airbrush um, part. The one that is unexpected, unplanned, is repainting her, right? I think we are done with this part. Just need to follow up with the other parts and should be good. So yeah. Now let's get back to our actual main agenda. So this one actually I have like do a bit of panel lining here. So I did bit of the lining here, so it's not going to be actually. I don't really need to do it on this piece in exact, but it's a much easier piece for me to do. So I am going to be experimenting with that. Do I want to be smart about this? I need to be smart about this. I don't have much time, so I'm not going to. I was thinking of like doing like a animal lining there, but instead, not animal, sorry. Oil. Yes, oil. But instead, we are just going to see whether the pin chip or not. So, a simple quick recap. We use the gloss varnish, the skull color glow varnish, gloss varnish, and now we are going to use the oil paint thinner, the white spirit, and see if it will chip the paint. Honestly, I hope this do not chip the paint. Oh, no, that's a lot. I pour way too much. Way too much. Because of that, I might as well do this. Right, just I don't know when is the last time I'm using this brush, but I use this brush. Let me just wet the brush a bit. Go. Yeah, not this brush. This brush is not usable anymore. Oh, this one is good. This one is good. So oil paint a bit. So my main agenda is I want to use it as a oh oh no no um okay, okay, that is fine, that is fine, that is fine. So this is not going to be the colors that I use. I do want to use black color for the lining. I want it to be much darker, but there's no harm in trying using a brown like a umber. So usually people use this for like doing wash. I'm not using it for doing wash. I'm using it to do the lining because for oil it can do a really good line. See how it goes there. Then you can use your. Oh, it doesn't chip. It doesn't chip. It doesn't chip. You see how it flows? It flows really nicely there. Yeah. Might want to put a bit more there. I like it to be more. So this is good. This is what I want. This is what I'm expecting for it to work. Now maybe some of you is like, hey, maybe you don't need a gloss, right? You're wasting your time doing it on the gloss. So now I have this piece, right? So of course this is not really to use for what we are doing just now, the lining, but I just want to show you how bad the pin chip is. Let's see, we just doing it like that, then maybe like, oops, yeah. So, eh, eh, eh. Let's see, we are doing a wash, right? At this point, I'm just testing it out. Usually, you wait for it to like fully dry. Oh my god, I just waste up a lot of time. Just waste a lot of time. I just waste a lot of time. Oh my god. The umber one doesn't look that bad. I don't know why there's a watermark there. But oh well. So this one I have sprayed with the matte varnish. Could that be the reason why it's bad? Like it's chipped off. Right. So put a bit there. Doesn't seem to be. And oh, let me just do on the back wing at least. Hmm, looks fine. Looks good. Looks nice. Uh. So in conclusion, I just waste a bunch of money that I could use to buy oil instead of buying glue varnish, gloss varnish that's like not really that gloss. So oh well. Hmm. But still, I think I probably need to get like the black one. The amber one is fine, I think. Hmm. Honestly, if I were to like not really redo the ship, if I were to redo like the whole step, right? Probably this before the matte varnish. Because now you can see like it's very shiny from all the animal not animal king, um from all the white spirits and oil. Oh my god, it look much nicer now with all the lining. Ah, that really is much nicer. Holy shit. Not sure if nice one here on the window. Let's give like a nice shadow there. Oh, it's much nicer. Oh, Uh, should not have glued the gun. Should not have glued the gun. It does stain it a bit. Maybe huge maybe. If I were to once it's dry, like proper dry, if I take out like a Q-tip, put a bit of the thinner there, maybe, hopefully, it. So just a closer look on the reader itself. So once I've done the like the cleanup, the animal cleanup, not animal again. The white spirit, yeah. Once I'm done with the white spirit, for the cleanup again, then probably another coat of like matte varnish, and should be done. Honestly, I quite like the burnt umber. This is the burnt umber. I did one, even though it's not that nice. The black one. Let's see this thick there, whatnot. I do like how contrasty that look, but this one is not bad either. Well, regardless, I do need to buy like a black oil paint as well. So that is next on the agenda. But good to know. I don't need the gloss at all. And that's that. So finally, I've touched the paint for after a few months of not touching any paints. This feels good. Hopefully, I'll do this again as a live as well, so that it will in a bit like help me up accountable, so that I do more painting. That's about it. That's all for today. If anyone will hear, oh, hope to see you guys next time. Bye.